chosen one. They're fighting over you. Someone just declared you're the one. There is something very real happening around your life right now, something that carries a deep spiritual weight, and if you stay here and receive this fully, you will begin to understand why your path has felt so different, and why your heart has been pulled in directions that others cannot explain. This moment is not random, and your presence here is not by accident, because God has allowed this truth to reach you at the exact time your spirit is ready to recognize it. There are voices, both seen and unseen, that have begun to speak about you, and not all of them agree, because your life carries a purpose that cannot be ignored or silenced. Type Amen if you believe. There is a quiet but powerful recognition that has already taken place, and someone has looked at your life with clear eyes and has said within their spirit that you are the one who carries something rare, the one who holds a calling that cannot be replaced or copied. This declaration did not come from pride or noise, but from a deep knowing that God Himself planted in the heart of someone who could see beyond the surface of things. You may not have heard these words spoken out loud, but in the spiritual realm, they have already been released, and they are moving with strength and authority. Take a moment to gently support this moment by liking this video, because it helps this message reach others who are also standing on the edge of something life-changing and deeply meaningful. At the same time, there is a resistance that has risen up, not because you have done anything wrong, but because your purpose carries light, and light always draws attention, both from those who are drawn toward it and those who feel uncomfortable in its presence. There are forces that would rather see you remain hidden, unsure, or quiet, because your confidence in God's plan would disrupt things that have stayed the same for too long. Yet even in this tension, God remains steady, watching over you, guiding each step you take with care and intention. You have felt this struggle in small ways, in moments when you questioned yourself, in times when doors seemed to close without reason, and in seasons where your heart carried a quiet ache that no one else could fully understand. But what you did not see clearly before is that these moments were not signs of rejection, but signs of preparation. Because when someone is chosen for something meaningful, their path is shaped carefully, often through experiences that build strength, patience, and deep trust. Type 1111 if you trust in God. There is something beautiful about the way God works through your life, because He does not rush the process or skip the important parts that build your character and deepen your understanding. He sees the full picture, even when you only see a small part, and He knows exactly when to allow certain truths to come forward so they can bless you instead of overwhelm you. That is why this moment feels different, because something is shifting and you are beginning to see yourself in a way that aligns with how God has always seen you. The declaration that you are the one is not about status or recognition in the eyes of people, but about alignment with the purpose God has placed within you since the beginning. It is about stepping into a role that was always yours, even when you doubted or felt unsure. It is about accepting that your life has meaning beyond what you have experienced so far, and that there is a path opening before you that leads to something greater than you imagined. There may still be voices around you that do not understand this, and there may be moments when the tension feels heavy, but you are not walking through this alone. God is present in every step, guiding you with quiet strength, reminding you that you are held, protected, and deeply loved. Even when things feel uncertain, there is a steady peace that can rise within you, a peace that comes from knowing that God is in control and that His plans are always good. The struggle that surrounds this declaration is not a sign of failure, but a sign of importance, because things that carry real value often face resistance before they are fully revealed. You are not being pushed back but positioned, not being overlooked but prepared. Every moment you have walked through has been part of this journey, leading you to a place where you can stand with quiet confidence and receive what has already been spoken over your life. There is a gentle invitation within this moment, one that calls you to trust more deeply, to believe more fully, and to rest in the assurance that God knows exactly what He is doing. You do not need to force anything or prove anything, because what is meant for you will come in its right time, guided by God's perfect wisdom. And as this truth settles into your heart, you begin to understand that being chosen is not about standing above others, but about serving with love, walking with humility, and allowing God's light to shine through your life in a way that brings hope and healing to those around you. This is the path you are being led toward, a path filled with purpose, grace, and quiet strength. This is not accidental, because when God begins to bring clarity into a chosen life, He does it gently, allowing the soul to adjust and grow without fear or confusion. The truth that someone has recognized you as the one is still echoing in unseen places, and it continues to move with a quiet authority that cannot be undone or ignored. This recognition was never meant to create pressure within you, but to awaken something deeper, something that was always there but waiting for the right moment to rise. You are not being asked to become someone else, because you are already carrying what is needed, and God is simply bringing it forward in a way that aligns with His purpose for your life. What if abundance could be activated from within your own mind through a powerful sound frequency once kept in classified files? Specialists say this signal naturally draws opportunity and financial independence, and many people are already applying it. Click the link in the description and comments now and switch on this hidden brainwave today. There are moments when you may still feel the weight of uncertainty, especially when the voices around you do not match the peace that God is placing inside your heart. This is part of the journey, because not everyone will understand what is happening, and not every voice will carry truth. Yet within you, there is a growing sense of calm that comes from knowing that God is guiding you, even when everything around you seems unclear or unsettled. Type 2020 to claim miracles. This path you are walking is not about proving your worth to anyone, because your worth has already been established by God, long before anyone spoke a word about you. The declaration that you are the one did not create your value, it revealed it, and now you are being invited to walk in that truth with quiet confidence and trust. You do not need to defend yourself or explain yourself, because what God has placed within you will speak for itself in the right time. There is also a deep healing taking place within your heart, one that is slowly removing the doubts and fears that have held you back in the past. These were not weaknesses, but parts of your journey that helped shape your understanding and your compassion. God is not erasing your past, but transforming it into something that strengthens you and prepares you for what is ahead. As you continue to move forward, you may notice that certain things no longer hold the same power over you, and situations that once felt overwhelming now seem smaller and more manageable. This is a sign that you are growing, not just outwardly, but inwardly, in ways that matter deeply. God is building a strong foundation within you, one that cannot be shaken by temporary challenges or passing opinions. There is a quiet strength forming within your spirit, a strength that does not need to be loud or visible to others, because it is rooted in something deeper than outward appearance. This strength comes from your connection with God, from the trust you are learning to place in His guidance, and from the understanding that you are not alone in this journey. The resistance that surrounds your life is still present, but it is beginning to lose its influence, because you are no longer responding to it in the same way. Where there was once fear, there is now calm. Where there was once confusion, there is now clarity. and where there was once doubt, there is now a growing sense of assurance that you are exactly where you are meant to be. Type yes to affirm. There is something deeply comforting about knowing that God sees everything, even the parts of your journey that no one else notices or understands. He sees your effort, your patience, your quiet moments of faith, and your willingness to keep going even when things feel uncertain. None of this is wasted, and every step you take is being used to shape something meaningful within your life. You are not being rushed into anything, because God's timing is always intentional and precise. He knows when you are ready, and He knows when to open doors that will lead you into the next phase of your journey. Until then, He continues to prepare you, not by overwhelming you, but by gently guiding you and strengthening you from within. There is also a sense of peace that is beginning to settle over your life, a peace that does not depend on circumstances or outcomes, but on the steady presence of God within you. This peace is a sign that you are aligned with His will, even if everything is not fully clear yet. It is a quiet assurance that you are moving in the right direction, and that what is ahead will unfold in the right way. The declaration that you are the one continues to stand, not because of human opinion, but because it is supported by something greater, something that cannot be changed or reversed. This is why you do not need to worry about what others think or say, because their words do not determine your path. Only God holds that authority, and He has already spoken over your life in a way that carries truth and purpose. You may still encounter moments of hesitation, but even in those moments, there is a gentle reminder within you that you are being guided and supported. You are not expected to have everything figured out, because this journey is about trust, not control. It is about allowing God to lead you step by step, even when you cannot see the entire path ahead. There is a quiet joy that is beginning to rise within your heart, one that is not based on external circumstances, but on the deep knowing that something good is unfolding in your life. This joy may be subtle at first, but it will continue to grow as you move forward, bringing light into areas that once felt heavy or uncertain. You are not alone in this, and you have never been alone, even in the moments when it felt that way. God has been with you through everything, guiding you, protecting you, and preparing you for this moment. And now, as you continue to walk forward, you are stepping into a new level of understanding, one that brings clarity, peace, and a deeper connection with Him. This journey is not about reaching a destination quickly, but about becoming who you are meant to be along the way. It is about growing into the person God created you to be, and allowing His love and purpose to flow through your life in a way that brings meaning and fulfillment. The voices may still exist, the tension may still appear from time to time, but your focus is shifting, and your heart is becoming more anchored in truth. You are learning to listen to the voice that matters most, the one that comes from God, guiding you with wisdom, love, and quiet strength. The declaration spoken over you continues to carry meaning, not as a distant idea, but as something living and active within your present moment. It is not waiting for some future day to become real, because it is already shaping your thoughts, your choices, and your direction. God does not speak empty words, and when something is declared with truth, it begins to move into place, even before you fully recognize what is happening. What if wealth was never about chance, but about a hidden brain signal that stayed buried in classified records? This powerful frequency is now opening doors, attracting fresh opportunities, and transforming lives quickly. Thousands are already using it to bring prosperity into their lives in ways they never imagined possible. Click the link in the description and comments now and turn on the money-attracting brainwave today. You may feel a gentle pull within your spirit, guiding you toward things that bring peace, and away from things that create heaviness or unrest. This is how God leads you, not through pressure or fear, but through a quiet sense of knowing that grows stronger with time. It may not always be loud or obvious, but it is consistent, and it always leads you toward what is good and right for your life. Type 2323 if you agree. There is also a soft release taking place within your heart, where past disappointments and unspoken hurts are slowly losing their hold on you. You are not forgetting what you have been through, but you are no longer carrying it in the same way. God is lifting the weight, piece by piece, allowing you to move forward without the burden that once held you back. This healing is important because you are stepping into a place where clarity is needed, and clarity cannot fully settle where pain still controls the heart. As you allow God to continue this work within you, you will find that your perspective begins to change, and things that once seemed confusing now begin to make sense in a new and peaceful way. There is also a quiet separation happening, where certain influences and connections begin to shift, not out of loss, but out of alignment. God is gently moving things into their proper place, and this sometimes means allowing certain paths to come to a natural end so that new ones can begin. This is not something to fear, because what is meant to remain in your life will stay, and what is meant to leave will do so with purpose. Type 1212 if you walk by faith. The resistance that once felt strong is becoming less intense, not because it has disappeared completely, but because your response to it has changed. You are no longer reacting with the same level of uncertainty or fear, and this is weakening its effect on you. When your heart is anchored in God's truth, the noise around you begins to lose its influence, and you are able to move forward with a calm and steady confidence. There is something beautiful about this stage of your journey, because it is where you begin to see yourself more clearly, not through the opinions of others, but through the quiet reflection of God's love. You are starting to recognize your worth, not as something you need to prove, but as something that has always been present within you. This understanding brings a sense of peace that cannot be easily disturbed, because it is rooted in something real and lasting. You are no longer searching for validation in places that cannot provide it, because you are learning to rest in the assurance that God has already given you everything you need. There is also a growing sense of purpose that is beginning to take shape within your life, one that feels natural and aligned with who you are. It is not forced or complicated, but simple and clear, like a path that gently unfolds before you as you take each step forward. You do not need to see the entire journey to move with confidence, because each step is guided with care and intention. As you continue to walk in this direction, you may notice that new opportunities begin to appear, ones that feel right in a way that is difficult to explain. These are not random, but part of the unfolding plan that has been prepared for you. God is opening doors that align with your purpose, and He is guiding you toward what will bring growth, fulfillment, and peace. There is also a quiet joy that is becoming more present in your life, a joy that does not depend on perfect conditions, but on the steady presence of God within you. This joy may come in simple moments, in small realizations, or in a deep sense of gratitude that rises unexpectedly. It is a reminder that even in the midst of change, there is goodness surrounding you. The declaration that you are the one continues to stand as a truth that cannot be undone, not because of what others say, but because of what God has already established. This is why you can move forward without fear, knowing that your path is secure and your purpose is protected. There may still be moments of reflection where you look back and wonder how everything has led you to this point. But even in those moments, there is a quiet understanding that nothing has been wasted. Every experience, every challenge, and every moment of growth has played a role in bringing you here. You are not the same person you once were, and that is something to be grateful for, because growth always brings change. You are becoming stronger, wiser, and more grounded in truth, and this is preparing you for what lies ahead. There is also a deep sense of trust that is beginning to settle within you, a trust that allows you to move forward without needing constant reassurance. You are learning to rely on God's guidance in a way that feels natural and steady, and this is bringing a sense of calm that was not there before. The path ahead may still hold unknowns, but it no longer feels uncertain in the same way, because you know that you are not walking alone. God is with you in every step, guiding you, protecting you, and leading you toward what is meant for your life. This is a time of quiet transformation, where things are changing not just around you, but within you. You are stepping into a new understanding, one that brings clarity, peace, and a deeper connection with God. You may find yourself pausing more often, not out of hesitation, but because your spirit is learning to move with intention instead of reacting to every passing moment. There is a gentle awareness growing inside you, guiding you toward peace and pulling you away from anything that tries to disturb the calm God is placing within your heart. Inside your mind is a small region connected to achievement and abundance, once concealed within restricted research and classified documents. This newly disclosed frequency is helping people replace financial pressure with calm and balance, and God has guided you to encounter this at just the right time. Click the link in the description and comments to activate this hidden brainwave now. The truth that was declared over you is continuing to take root, and it is now beginning to shape how you see your own life and your own identity. You are no longer looking at yourself through the lens of past limitations or old doubts, because something inside you has shifted in a way that feels both natural and powerful. This change is not loud, but it is steady, and it is transforming the way you carry yourself in ways that others will begin to notice without you needing to explain anything. Type 1919 to receive miracles. There is also a deeper level of protection surrounding you now, one that is not always visible, but can be felt in the way certain situations no longer reach you the way they once did. God is placing boundaries around your life, not to isolate you, but to preserve what He is building within you. This protection is guiding your steps, keeping you from paths that would distract or delay your purpose, and leading you toward places where your growth can continue without unnecessary interference. You may begin to notice that certain conversations feel different, that certain environments no longer feel comfortable, and that your heart is drawn toward things that bring peace and clarity. This is not a loss, but a refinement, because God is aligning your life with what truly matters. He is removing what no longer serves your journey and replacing it with what will support your purpose in a meaningful way. There is also a sense of quiet courage rising within you, a courage that does not come from force or pressure, but from trust. You are learning to stand in your truth without needing to defend it, because you know that what God has placed within you cannot be taken away or diminished by outside opinions. This courage allows you to move forward with a calm strength, even when others do not fully understand the path you are walking. Type 666 if you trust Jesus. The resistance that once surrounded your life is now beginning to reveal its purpose more clearly, and you can see that it was never meant to stop you, but to strengthen you. Each challenge you faced has added something valuable to your spirit, shaping your patience, your understanding, and your resilience. You are not the same person who first walked into those moments, and that is a sign of growth that cannot be undone. There is also a deepening sense of clarity that is unfolding within your mind, allowing you to see situations with greater understanding and calm. Things that once felt confusing now begin to make sense, not because everything has changed, but because your perspective has shifted. God is opening your eyes in a way that brings peace instead of fear and understanding instead of doubt. As you continue forward, you may notice that your decisions are becoming easier, not because they are simple, but because they are guided. You are learning to listen to the quiet voice within you that leads you with gentleness and truth. This voice is steady, never rushed, and always aligned with peace, and it is helping you move through your life with confidence and clarity. There is also a growing sense of gratitude that is beginning to fill your heart, even for the things that once felt difficult or painful. You are starting to see how each part of your journey has contributed to who you are becoming, and this realization brings a sense of appreciation that softens your heart and strengthens your faith. The declaration that you are the one is no longer something that feels distant or uncertain, but something that is becoming real in your daily life. You are stepping into it with quiet acceptance, allowing it to shape your actions, your thoughts, and your direction. This is not about becoming someone new, but about fully embracing who you have always been created to be. There is also a gentle flow beginning to guide your life, where things start to come together in ways that feel natural and aligned. You are no longer forcing outcomes or trying to control every detail, because you are learning to trust the process that God has set before you. This trust is bringing a sense of ease into your life, allowing you to move forward without unnecessary stress or worry. You may still encounter moments of reflection where you pause and take in how far you have come, and in those moments there is a quiet recognition of God's presence in every step. You can see how He has guided you, protected you, and carried you through times that once felt uncertain. This awareness brings a deeper connection, one that continues to grow as you move forward. There is also a sense of anticipation building within your spirit, not in a rushed or anxious way, but in a calm and hopeful manner. You can feel that something meaningful is ahead, something that aligns with the truth that has been spoken over your life. This anticipation is not about chasing what is to come, but about being ready to receive it with an open and steady heart. The path you are walking is becoming clearer with each step, even if you cannot see the full picture yet. You are learning to trust each moment, knowing that it is leading you towards something greater. This trust is becoming a foundation within your life, one that supports you in every situation and keeps you grounded in truth. There is also a deep sense of peace that continues to grow within you, a peace that does not depend on perfect conditions, but on the steady presence of God. This peace is a sign that you are aligned with His will and that you are moving in the right direction. It is a quiet assurance that stays with you, even in moments of uncertainty. A little-known 7-second morning habit that was once confined to CIA documents is now resurfacing in public view, and people are already noticing rapid financial improvements. It only takes a few seconds to do, yet it activates a dormant wealth center in the brain that most individuals never tap into. Click the link in the description and comments now to see it before it disappears. The truth that you are the one is now settling deeper within you, no longer just something you hear, but something you begin to feel as part of who you are. It is not creating pride, but a quiet understanding that your life carries meaning and purpose that cannot be taken away. This understanding is not loud or overwhelming, but soft and steady, like a light that continues to glow no matter what is happening around it. You are beginning to walk differently, not because you are trying to change, but because something within you has already changed. Type 1919 to receive miracles. There is also a gentle confidence rising within your heart, one that allows you to move forward without needing constant reassurance from others. You are learning to trust what God has placed inside you, even when everything is not fully clear. This confidence is not based on knowing every answer, but on trusting the one who is guiding your path. It allows you to take steps with peace, even when the outcome is still unfolding. You may begin to notice that your focus is shifting away from what once distracted or discouraged you, and toward what brings a sense of purpose and alignment. This is not something you are forcing, but something that is happening naturally as God continues to shape your heart. He is gently guiding your attention toward what matters and away from what no longer serves your growth. Type yes to affirm. There is also a deeper sense of protection surrounding your life, one that you may feel in subtle ways, like moments where things do not go as planned but later reveal themselves to be for your good. God is guiding your steps carefully, allowing only what aligns with your purpose to move forward, and quietly removing what does not belong. This protection is not always obvious in the moment, but it becomes clear over time as you look back and see how things have unfolded. You are also stepping into a greater level of understanding, where you begin to see your past with new eyes. What once felt confusing or painful now carries a sense of purpose, as you recognize how each experience has shaped you and prepared you for where you are now. Nothing has been wasted, and every part of your journey has contributed to your growth in ways that are now becoming visible. There is a quiet strength forming within you, one that does not depend on external validation, but on the deep assurance that God is with you. This strength allows you to remain steady even when circumstances are uncertain, and it gives you the ability to move forward with calm determination. It is not a strength that needs to be proven, because it is already established within your spirit. As you continue to walk this path, you may notice that your decisions are becoming more aligned with peace rather than pressure. You are learning to listen to the quiet guidance within you, and this is leading you toward choices that feel right and grounded. God is not rushing you, but guiding you step by step, allowing you to grow into each new stage with confidence and clarity. There is also a growing sense of gratitude within your heart, one that brings warmth and softness into your daily life. You are beginning to appreciate the small moments, the quiet blessings, and the simple ways God shows His presence. This gratitude is not dependent on big changes, but on the recognition that God is working in every detail of your life. The declaration over your life continues to stand firm, not because of anything you have done, but because of what God has already spoken. You do not need to question it or search for confirmation, because it is already established in a way that cannot be undone.